That way they can see me. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
No elk this morning, but fields and fields of rounded hay bales that reminded me of shredded wheat that I used to eat as a child. That's what they look like. Yes. I'm afraid to touch that, it might fall off. A time for renewal. Human beings have a propensity to live their lives in boxes. And in these boxes, they create their perspectives of what the world should be like, what they believe as true, how they should think and act, and how others should think and act. And these boxes help human beings feel safe and have a sense of control. However, these boxes do not keep us safe and do not provide the control we so long for in our lives. These boxes can keep us stuck in false beliefs and habits. And these boxes prevent expansion. Now, the universe expands every moment. It's called evolution, and human beings are a part of that evolution because we are part of the universe. And we must expand in order to flourish in this amazing gift of eternal life that we have been given. And in order to do that, we must raise our consciousness. I know you hear me say that all the time, but it's very important. And we need to consider maybe stepping out of those boxes. Now, most people don't even know they're stuck in their boxes, okay? They do not like change, and they retreat back into their boxes if confronted with change. So if you ask them why they do these things in a certain way, they may say, well, it's how my parents and my grandparents did it and all those before them. Or they might just say, well, that's the way it is. But it is imperative that we as humanity raise our consciousness in order to rise above the consciousness of war and poverty and the hunger that is still here, And to ask those questions about those beliefs and habits that we have held so dear. And when we question, we open the way to see more clearly, and that could lead to renewal of our beliefs and our habits that are more life-affirming for us. It is time for renewal. And it is time to step out of our boxes. It is time for change. It is time to release the hold that the ego has over us. It is time to take our wisdom and our power back. It is time to raise our consciousness so we may move much quicker into the higher realms of consciousness that all of the universe is asking us to do in many, many ways. But this is how we're going to live the lives that we really, truly want. So today I want to share with you how we can renew our lives on all levels of our beingness, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. All of these levels work together. You can't really separate them. Every aspect of advancement affects all of these levels. But I have to kind of separate them in order to give you some sense of how they work in our lives. The important thing to remember is all of these aspects and levels of our lives create the balance that we need to move forward. So let's look at physically, our physical essence first. Now, I think every person would like to have a healthy body, and yet the most important things to create and maintain healthy bodies are not being addressed by many people. Exercise and healthy diets. Yeah. I think it's just too easy to drive through a fast food restaurant rather than to go home and prepare a healthy meal. And I understand that because there's so much demand on our time these days, and our days are filled with stress. And by the end of the day, you know, it's difficult to think, oh, now I have to go home and prepare a meal. So with days just filled with these stressful situations, it's easier to come home after a day of work, fast food in hand, and then choose to have a drink and watch TV. instead of maybe take a walk. Fast food is high in calories and loaded with fat, sugar, and salt. Most of the nutrition that would be present has been stripped away due to processing. So these things are added in order to make the food taste good. Combine that with caffeine and a sugar-laden soft drink, and it's no wonder that by 3 o'clock we're in that workday slump. Fast food might taste good, but it's not good for you. A marketing research company reported in September 19th, 2023, that 95% of people have eaten fast food in the last 12 months. Only 4% report that they do not eat fast food. The 10 largest fast food restaurants are McDonald's, Subway, Starbucks, KFC, Burger King, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Dunkin' Donuts, Taco Bell, and Wendy's. We're familiar with all of those, aren't we? There's an estimated 826,000 fast food restaurants in the world. I travel a lot, and sometimes all I see are fast foods restaurants, and it's difficult sometimes to find a place to eat some healthy food. So I have to research it before I get there. One time my husband was called to do some electrical work at a fast food restaurant. I won't say the name. When he came back, he refused to eat at that restaurant anymore. He cautioned me not to eat there, and he would not tell me why. And that's pretty scary. Because he would not tell me why, I've never eaten there since that. So we must have a greater awareness now of the difference in healthy and unhealthy foods. However, the number of medical faculties around the world is a testament that we are not physically healthy as a species. I know now, I used to make doctor's appointments within a week or two, and now it's waiting 3 or 4 months, and I'm sure you've probably, experienced that also. And why is that? Well, there's probably a shortage of doctors and too many sick people. So your body needs healthy food to be nourished. Your body needs movement to be healthy. So renewal means making time in your day to do some kind of exercise. And I've read many times the best exercise is just walking. Just take a walk. Organic foods and vitamins and supplements may cost a little more. However, when you compare it to the rising costs of pharmaceuticals and our medicines, maybe we should look at that a little more. And consider this, there's no cost in walking, is there? No. There's no cost in stretching your body and getting those lymphatic fluids moving. And there's no cost to visualizing and affirming that your body is healthy and whole. I do that in my spiritual practice every day. That's what I visualize. Visualization is very powerful, very powerful. And I want to also say, this being said, it's okay, to have that occasional sweet. We have some really nice stuff in there. So I don't want to discourage you from that. Occasionally I love Taco Bell's crunchy taco supreme. And so I treat myself occasionally. So it's not like you can't have those things occasionally, because they do taste good. But make your ordinary everyday life based in healthy foods and some exercise. So let's look at our mental renewal now. Now, personally, I believe that the mental woes of our humanity are as a result of people not feeling worthy. If you look back, we have been taught for many generations that we have come into this world unworthy, even at birth. And, if you think that, how easy is it then to feel worthy with all of that background that we've been given that we're not worthy? Now, some people may spend their whole lives looking outside of themselves and trying to find someone who believes in them so that they may feel worthy. In fact, this is a pandemic in some ways. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. It affects how we think and feel and act. It helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. We try very hard to appear perfect in others' eyes, while in our own eyes we think that we are failures. How can we be happy if you feel you are a failure or unworthy? We try to hide our struggles so no one will see us. We hide ourselves. And why? Because we tend to define who we are with those struggles and failures and in the opinions of others. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." So how to renew our mental faculty? Well, it is okay not to feel okay. We do not have to be perfect every moment. Okay, when you feel like this, it's the perfect opportunity to go within and ask yourself, why am I feeling this? In fact, it is an avenue for growth and renewal, and it is a doorway to healing. So it is okay to not feel okay. And remember that you are not a mental illness. You may be having an experience that we call mental illness, but it is never who you are. You are an intelligent and wise being at all times, and you have the power to move from illness to wholeness at all times. I want to also remember that your struggles do not define you. They are the opportunities that will help you become stronger and wiser. So taking care of your mental health is an act of self-love. And it's important that you love yourself enough to take the steps to move into your mental health. I know you've heard me say many times, self-love is number one in your life to make you help you raise your consciousness and move towards happiness. You must love yourself first. So this may mean that you seek the assistance, if you have to, if you are experiencing mental, I'm not going to even use illness, I'm going to say mental challenges maybe. It's okay to seek assistance. I want to remind you, as Catherine did this morning, there's only oneness. So when you are seeking help from others, they are divine beings that are here to help you. We're all here to help each other. Now, your mental health works hand in hand with your physical health. Getting regular exercise can boost your mood and improve your mental health. And again, it is also important to eat healthy food, stay hydrated, and make sleep a priority, and relax. How many of you are good at relaxing? Really good. Yay, good. I love that. I have people in my life that don't even know how to do that. They have to keep going, and then they fall over from exhaustion. But I want you to believe that you are worthy. You are worthy by who you are, and affirming your worth and loving yourself will help you with your mental health. And as you continue to do these things, someday you're going to realize that you really do feel worthy. And you don't have to make those affirmations anymore because you are finally there and you know you have arrived, as they say. So let's look at the emotional renewal. Remember that you are not your emotions. You are experiencing emotions. And I encourage you to say, I am feeling sad instead of I am sad. When you attach anything to your I am, you are attaching it to your divinity. So I'm feeling sad right now. You are experiencing emotions based on where you are putting your attention, your intention, and your beliefs. So if you react to everything that is happening around you and what is happening in the world, then you are experiencing emotions that are based in fear, and you are reacting from fear. You are giving power to that which is outside of you and not accessing your inner power. When you respond to those things happening outside of you, then you are coming from your inner wisdom and not from fear. So do not deny the emotions you're feeling. Do not push them down and try to forget them. We've done that for a long time, but it's time now to really be in touch with your emotions. Face them and allow them to show you what the lessons are that you are trying to learn. You cannot transcend the situations in your life if you push them down and do not face them. A Course in Miracles says that anger is never justified. However, that does not mean that we won't experience anger. And when we do, we look inside to discover, what is within us that is bringing up this emotion. Then we are in the process of renewal. The number one exercise in renewing your emotions is, what do you think? Those are all good, but it's forgiveness. Forgiveness. All right. Forgiveness is for you. All right? You are not condoning actions when you forgive. You are forgiving that divine being standing before you who is in pain and maybe acting in fear. But that does not change who they are. And your forgiveness of them is that kind of energy they need to rise above that pain and that suffering. So when you're asking another for forgiveness for something that you have done, I want to let you know it doesn't matter if they forgive you or not. That is their choice. But it's important that you forgive yourself. That's what's really important for you in your emotional health. Now, I know it feels wonderful when others forgive you. But forgiving yourself is what sets you free and renews your soul. And this leads right into renewing our spirituality. Who are we? We are eternal, divine beings of a consciousness of love and peace and joy and wholeness. And we renew our spirituality by focusing on those aspects of our true nature. And here I want to focus on inner peace and gratitude, which lead to the emotions of love, compassion, forgiveness, acceptance, understanding, no matter what is happening. And that's almost like an art to remain in that state while all this stuff is happening around you. I was asked one time, how can you be so calm in the midst of war and all of that's happening right now? Because I don't want to put out more energy that is not loving. And if I'm upset and angry, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I choose to send out the love, regardless of what is happening. That is what's going to change that energy, not more of it. How do you do this is entirely up to you. No one can tell you how to do this. You must search for those ways to increase your inner wisdom. Gratitude is one of the most important parts of our essence here in this world, because when you're in gratitude, you cannot be in fear. Every morning, get up and say, wow, I'm so grateful that I woke up. I'm so grateful I have this bed. I am so grateful for those birds singing out there. I am grateful for my home. I am grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful for the abundance that flows to me, through me, because it's unlimited. So be grateful, and as you are grateful, then you are releasing any fearful thoughts in your life. So, however you do this, as I said, it's up to you. And you may do this through meditation. You may do this through your nature, walking in nature, going to the ocean. It's so nice you have it so close. However you do it. And just be there with your soul, your spirit, in gratitude and inner peace. When you have inner peace, you have health, by the way. Your body is healthy because it's in peace. There's nothing there stressing it out. And we know that stress is, what do they say, at least 75% of the illnesses today. So it's very important that we look at balancing our whole essence, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, because that's going to bring to us a sense of, again, balance that is going to move us into the health and wholeness that we desire. So it's very important that you understand where you're coming from. What is the energy that you are using in every situation of life? And choose that positive energy. Look at maybe taking a cleansing bath. Just envision, the white light, golden light, whatever, that you like, just washing over you like a waterfall and just washing away all those fears and those blockages that prevent you from leaving those little boxes. So let it be like a vision of opening the door to your little box and stepping out into the truth and happiness because you've let it all go. And that's going to lead you into a universe that is out there that is so big we can't even comprehend it. And yet, those little boxes keep us stuck right here. So open those little boxes, renew yourself from all levels of your being, and enjoy what the universe has for us. There's so much out there. I travel a lot, as I said. I am amazed at the beauty of this earth in all these beautiful places. I am amazed at the wonderful, friendly people that I meet. There's so much out there. But it's not out there if you're stuck in your little box. So it's time to renew and enjoy what we have been given. So I'd like to ask you to join me in meditation now for just a few moments. So I ask that you close your eyes. Just breathe deeply for a moment and relax that body. Envision yourself sitting in your little box of comfort. You're not feeling happy though. And you decide you want to be happy and free. You make the decision to go within, and so you focus on your heart. And now, you hear your higher self speaking to you. And your higher self says to you, you are deeply loved beyond your comprehension. You are worthy, and you have always been worthy. Because you are the creator, expressing as you. You are empowered with all the divine attributes of the creator, and you are now free to express your power of love and shine your light out into the universe. So allow the words of your higher self to empower you. You are renewed because you have chosen to be renewed. You step out of your little box into a beautiful world of unlimited opportunities and abundance. You feel the freedom of truth run through you. And you happily walk into the expansion of your being, into new experiences and new creations. So let's just sit in the silence for just a moment. Breathe this awareness and truth into your mind and your body, that your soul is urging you to do. Remember always that you are deeply loved and you are worthy. So let's take a deep breath and bring our attention back into this beautiful sanctuary. Open our eyes. We have been renewed. So today I want you to go out and just open your eyes and say, what can I do that's new? And do it. Just do it. Today in class we're going to have an exercise in establishing or at least becoming aware of our values and how they can clear out these unlimited or these limited beliefs that we may be holding on to. And so I hope I will see you in the library after we have had some of that wonderful refreshment in there, refreshments, and also the flowers. We're going to move these back, as I said before, into this cafe. And so I would invite you, please, to take a flower home with you. So thank you very much. Mm-hmm.